Haribol. So in this video, we're going to learn a little bit about what Sri Gurudev used to eat so that we can offer our devotees stuff that Sri Gurudev used to eat and remember him some more. In no way is this video going to be an extensive understanding of Sri Gurudev's diet, because that's huge, that's big. Maybe another series of videos we could do on what Gurudev used to eat, like the actual cooking recipes in the kitchen and stuff. That would be actually really fun. I would like to do that because it was really cool. It was really, when we used to cook for Gurudev, it was different. Gurudev's cooking than cooking for other people. It was very nice. But just some of the things off the top of my head that I remember Sri Gurudev eating, we shall share here. First thing is fruits, for example. Gurudev didn't eat most fruits. He didn't eat bananas, he didn't eat mangoes, and there's a lot of fruits he didn't eat. That does not mean you can't offer the murti those fruits. What I do is I say, Gurudev, you had health problems when you were present in this physical form. Now you're back in Goloka, now you're having the murti. Now you can eat all those things that you're not supposed to eat. Like, you know, there's that famous story of Srila Gurudev with the muffin, and he ate the whole inside of the muffin. I'm not going to tell the story, it's cool. I remember also when devotees used to cook for like Anukut, or sometimes devotees would cook things for Srila Gurudev, and they would come and they would bring those things to Srila Gurudev and to Madhamarj, and they'd say put them on his plate for Srila Gurudev. So to offer to Srila Gurudev, I remember in Bajan and in Govardhan and in other places, there'd be Srila Gurudev's plate. I used to spy on Gurudev while he was eating. I loved doing that, especially after you cook for Gurudev and spying on him, watching him eat. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful. So he would he was there, and then he would like point Madhamarj, like, can I eat this one? And Madhamarj would be like, no. Can I eat that one? Madhamarj would be like, no. And then Gurudev would be like, can I eat this one? Gurudev would be like, yes. And he would eat that one. And there were some things I remember Gurudev teasing Madhamarj, saying, everything I want to eat, you say I can't eat. I'm not allowed, right? And one beautiful story I remember when Srila Gurudev was in. We were in Gopinath Bhavan and we were massaging Srila Gurudev, and that evening, and Madhamarj comes to Srila Gurudev and he says, oh, I saw you eat amlaki, a sweet. There's a sweet where they take the fruit amla, which is like high vitamin C, they use it in Chyawanprash, and they boil it in sugar, so it's like completely sugarified. And there was a box of those, and people would come and always bring boxes of sweets to Gurudev, and then Gurudev would give them out during darshan, and that's just, you know, that's a relationship Gurudev used to have. So Madhamarj, we were massaging Gurudev, he came up to Gurudev and was like, oh Gurudev, I saw you ate amlaki. And Gurudev had this little innocent look on his face. He looks up, goes, Nade? They were speaking Bengali, right? Not in English. But in translation, it's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. What things? And the Madhamar's like, don't try to trick me. The box told me that you ate some, right? Like, I saw it missing in the box. And then Gurudev said, oh, come on, why can't I eat sometimes some amalaki? Why can't I eat something sometimes? It was like his bluff was blown. You know, it was like Madhamarj, it was like Gurudev's mother in a lot of ways, and would like chastise Gurudev. And Gurudev was like lying to him. It was really cute. I remember I spoke with Madhamarj about it after, and he was like, yeah, I could tell. I know Gurudev likes those. And I saw them missing from the container. And or another, Shami's mother in Oregon, she was a great cook, and Gurudev would always be like, oh, you cook me sweets, right? And he would used to like sandesh, and she would make sandesh with very, very little sugar and lemon peel, I believe, or orange peel. Brindidi used to make like this. I never made this, so I don't know exactly how to do it. But I remember she brought like the sweets to Gurudev in darshan in Mathura. And then Gurudev took him and was like, oh, and he ate some. Gurudev, when he would eat, he would have his hand down here and like this, and go, oh, like this, and just he was so skilled. He would have his hand low and he would throw it, and his mouth would open and would like boom at the same time, would like go right in. It was like expert. I remember after being like this little brahmachari, like that's how Gurudev eat, and I would like take like peanuts and stuff, and I would practice going like trying to copy Gurudev to see if like that ninja throw. Anyway, so he was there in darshan. He was sitting on the bed, and he ate. He like threw in his mouth some of the sweets. And Madhamarj came in, he was eating, and Madhamarj was like, why are you doing this? You know it's bad for your health. The doctor said this and that. And then Gurudev said, don't blame me, blame them. They're the ones who bought it. So then Madhamarj turns around, has his back to Gurudev. Gurudev's on the bed like this, and he's chastising the devotees. You know, Gurudev, his health, and like this. And then behind him, Gurudev goes like this and eats another sweet. And then the devotees are there like trying to keep a straight face. You know how Madhamarj is chastising him. So what I'm saying, the reason why I'm just remembering all these things, but what I'm saying is a lot of times is Srila Gurudev, there's things he liked to eat, but that were not healthy for him, that he couldn't eat. Like one example, Gurudev used to eat sometimes, but he liked a lot was dal puri. The puris that have dal inside, Srila Gurudev used to like that, and people from his villages, his sisters, I believe, used to come and cook for that. I remember them coming to Mathura, cooking for Srila Gurudev. He liked them, but it wasn't always the healthiest thing for him. I remember him in Mathura one time he took, and then after that, when we were behind in the room, and he got like some stomach problems. So what I see about mangoes and bananas, back to the point of fruit, is that okay, Gurudev didn't eat them for health reasons, but now that he's in his murti form, we can offer those to him. And like, aha, you can eat them now, no matter what, stopping here, or your health is not part of the Leela now. So first thing is you can offer anything to Srila Gurudev, and he accepts because he's accepting the love that you're offering behind. But also, if we want to remember Srila Gurudev and remember his what he actually used to eat, to like be able to create that connection and create, there's sambandha happens in Vaishishta when there's a speciality. The reason why we like Krishna more than we like Ram or more than we like other avatars is because there's a speciality in them. So if there's a speciality in Gurudev, then that creates a stronger relationship in that speciality. That differentiation of relationship is what makes relationships unique and sweet. So if we think, okay, there were some things that Gurudev did eat and didn't eat, then when we offer those specifically, we can remember Srila Gurudev. So one thing that I remember Srila Gurudev used to eat was this tofu, his famous tofu. I've never seen anyone cook it like that. Madhamarj used to make it. And basically, you just take the tofu, you cut it into slices, you dry it. I remember Krishnadas teaching me how to cook it, because he used to cook for Gurudev. You dry it, and then you and then you have it lying down on the cutting board. You stick your hand in turmeric and just touch it. And then stick your hand in the hing and just touch it and sprinkle some salt, and then put a few drops of olive oil, or cook it on a non-stick pan on one side. Then you touch the other side with the turmeric and the salt and the hing, and then you cook it on the other side. Sometimes you can put cumin seeds, sometimes not, and you just cook it till it's brown on either side and it turns all yellow. And Srila Gurudev used to eat that. I remember when he was sick, that's when I was cooking with him when he was sick in Hawaii. He wouldn't eat most of the other things, and he just ate lots of the tofu and rice. He would break up the tofu and put it in the rice. Another thing Srila Gurudev used to do with the rice, talking about turmeric, was he would take fresh turmeric and would cut it up into small little pieces, like little pieces, and put that on the side of his plate. And before he started eating, he would mix that with rice and eat that. Gurudev would eat white rice. He would eat rice, basmati rice, in the middle of the day for lunchtime, and at nighttime he would eat Govinda Bhog chal, which is a smaller type of rice. If you go to Indian stores, maybe I should know what Govinda Bhog chal is. I remember when Gurudev was sick, which is when I was cooking for him, we had a bunch of the doctors come together and we're like, we have to change Gurudev's diet. So we had a meeting. I was in the meeting, so I was cooking, and we had a meeting about what we should do, and they said, we want to take Gurudev off of the white rice and get him onto quinoa and millet and other healthier grains like this. So Madhamarj was like, Gurudev's not going to eat that. They're like, no, but it's healthier. And they're like, well, he's not going to eat that. And they're like, okay, so this is what we'll do, is we'll cook his normal rice, and then we'll make the quinoa and we'll make the other things and give them together. And then we'll gradually decrease the round of the normal rice and increase the other stuff till he's totally switched over. We'll have like this plan of changing him. And I remember Madhamarj was like, okay, right? So I cooked, and we cooked quinoa, we put vegetables in it and spices and like made it nice. And there was like the standard things. There was like, Gurudev had this nice big silver plate someone donated to him. And there would be like the big pile of rice in the middle. Then there would be the bowls on the plate and the tofu on the side and the turmeric pieces also on it. And so then Madhamarj would put that plate in front of him and then take the bowls and put them on the side. For two devotees, I think it has got this super big packages. I give you guys a little plate with a lot of little bowls on the side, because that's the way Srila Gurudev used to do it. So I just remember that. So there's different preparations in each bowl. So we had, on one of those bowls, we had the quinoa. And with that quinoa, we put it on, we put it there. And I remember I was spying on Gurudev eating, because I liked doing that, especially when he cooked. And I watched him, and Gurudev said to Madhamarj, he was like, what's that? And then Madhamarj says, he knew that, Madhamarj knew that if he said, I don't know, right, then he would get in trouble with the doctors, and he knew I was spying, so he said, you should eat it, it's good for you, try it. And Gurudev, he goes like this, he takes the smallest little amount that I've seen anyone take of any piece of food possible. He had his fingers like this. It wasn't like this. It was like his fingers was like this. He went like this. He took like literally 1 grain or 1.5 grains of quinoa. And quinoa is small, and he put it on the tip of his tongue. He goes like this, does a funny face, and he takes his finger and he just pushes the bowl, pushes it back, and doesn't touch it for the rest of the meal. The plan was totally destroyed. So Gurudev liked the white rice. So he would have I told you about the turmeric, about the tofu, and the white rice. Also, Srila Gurudev very famously had the drumsticks. Drumsticks, very high vitamins. He would eat those drumsticks every day. So if you cook with drumsticks, those are really good. And Gurudev would take them like that. Was great. Great Mahaprasadam to have Srila Gurudev's drumstick Mahaprasadam. Also, Srila Gurudev, he used to take a shukta every day, and I'm not going to explain how to cook the shukta, but basically I'll just say different vegetables that were there, and you can cook it how you want. Maybe other videos will show how to cook Gurudev's preparations if we remember. But there was chayote, which is a pear vegetable or something. Chayote, you can find it. Maharaj calls it slippery squash. Gurudev used to eat that in the shukta. He used to like that. Gurudev also in the shukta used to like to have papaya. Now, green papaya, you take green papaya when it's slightly getting a little bit ripe, so it's a little bit sweet, but it's still green papaya. You cook that. Gurudev used to like that a lot inside of the shukta. And green beans. Gurudev would pick out the different parts of the vegetables, and he would eat a lot. I remember he would take the green beans and he would stack them all together so they were like this. Then he would put them in his mouth. So Gurudev used to take green beans, and then also Srila Gurudev used to eat vegetables. He used to like jackfruit. People who know Gurudev knew Gurudev used to like jackfruit. I remember one time cooking a jackfruit sabji for Gurudev liking it. But yeah, that was like a vegetable. It wasn't a part of his everyday diet, but it was like a special thing Gurudev used to like to eat. Also another vegetable is called kundli. It's an Indian vegetable. I remember one devotee used to mail Gurudev wherever he was in the world, like with FedEx, these kundli vegetables to Gurudev to cut up. I thought that was so cool, like beautiful modern Guru Seva, like mailing vegetables he used to eat. Also, Srila Gurudev, he used to eat mocha. Now, this is something you don't get in the West very much, but if you ever get around to doing it, it's amazing. It's banana flour. So before bananas turn into bananas, they're flowers, and you take that, you have to take the stems out, each one, you have to do each one by hand, and it's sabji cooked like that. It's a whole process how to cook it. Gurudev used to like mocha a lot. So that's a little bit about his lunch. In the dinner, he used to eat one vegetable called toroi, which is, it's like, there's another version of that vegetable that turns into a thing, a loofah that you can use for a body scrubber. It's called toroi.